All right, y'all. First and foremost, give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son, the Hamashiach, who some call Yahweh Shai, Yeshua, Yehoshua. We mostly know as Jesus Christ. It's an update on the cult leader, Nature Boy, that end up getting life in prison for the alleged graping situation, a SA situation. And what was the other thing? Revenge pornography was also another situation there. But he had a cult where he had multiple wives. He taught polygyny or polygamy, whatever terminology y'all that doesn't offend y'all. And he ended up, him being the chief, he really ended up sleeping with everybody. Ended up sleeping with everybody's wife. Most of these women were other people's wives before Nature Boy, but he ended up taking on a legio, what he call himself now. But allegedly, this cult leader ended up getting stabbed in prison. Allegedly. I don't know. I haven't seen all the court documents, but this is the video. His wives are upset. Excuse me. His wives are upset that this has happened. We know, or if you don't know, with that certain cases, you go into prison and people want to see your paperwork, and your paperwork says that you are a pedophile, or your paperwork says that you are you've raped somebody. Usually that comes with certain consequences. Usually it comes with consequences. You got a name for yourself, so this dude has a little name for himself. Maybe this did happen, and maybe he has to watch himself the rest of his life, the rest of his time in there. He got life in prison, so and again, we may think this lifestyle, hey man, this is it, woody woo, but this has some consequences, man. It comes with some consequences, and for my brothers out there who are doing it, just be quiet. Just ain't something you parade around. Just be quiet. Don't bring no heat on yourself. Don't have people looking at you. If you smart, I don't want you doing it. But brothers and sisters that already done got involved in it, I even tried to counsel a situation where brothers knew I didn't teach that, but then went out there and did their own thing before they got any counsel. And then when they got into it, now they won't counsel. And I'm like, hey, man, y'all already did what y'all were going to do. And that's why you didn't talk to me beforehand. So you did what you wanted to do, man. Deal with it, man. Deal with them coming up with bother me with it. Now she acting all crazy and something. Nah, man. Anyway, y'all. I just, I had to just give some talk about that a little bit too, and that's kind of one of the reasons I did this video. I've had it a few days, been having time to get to it, but a lot of people have been talking about my stance on polygamy, and I know a lot of people are involved in it. I know a couple brothers who have been doing it for many years. I've seen the inner workings. I've seen the things that they're not going to show you on YouTube. I've seen some of the problems, but that's what I've seen. All right, it ain't that I'm speaking from a place where I haven't been around this stuff. When I first came in, I was around some Old Testament onlys that 15, 16 kids running around the house. And it was some issues. Let me just say that it was some issues. But anyway, let me play this, and y'all finna see, man, that the indoctrination, the way they've been indoctrinated, the way they've been washed. And this how you have to wash it. You have to wash your rib, your wife or your wives. You gonna have to wash them like this. All right. Now, they're washed in the wrong way, of course, but they're washed the way that this individual, this cult leader, wanted them washed. And he did a great job at brainwashing them. They are totally gone. And it's a lot of Israelite brothers kind of remind me of these sisters, man. You know, now that I done stepped back from that hateful doctrine, from teaching that hate, man, you know, some, you know, and I even think about myself and some of the stuff I used to say, man, you know, I sounded like these people, and some of y'all sound like these people today. Hold on.
Nature that was already here and took and raped and pillaged our people. So your grandma, your mother, your aunt taught you what you know now today, and that it's running systematically in your genetic bloodline. So now that you portal into this realm, your children know what you know the ignorance of this system. Your daughter know the ignorance of this system. It ain't our blood. 0 to 7 years old. So when you come with truth, and you come to break down somebody's belief system, they ignorant, and now they want to get you locked up. They want to get you locked up. They want to get you involved. They want you involved in a their system. In your system. It's a mindset. They want to get you involved, getting locked up.
I'm trying not to laugh, man, because it's sad. It's really sad. But my flesh, the Lord's still working with me. But this is sad. Just look at these sisters, man. These, you know, if you had followed these sisters, man, seeing how they were when they first got there and how they done deteriorated to this point, these people daughters, man, you know, this is a father's daughter. These are mothers. Some of these are mothers also that left their kids to be with nature. Boy, that was part of the doctrine, was to leave your kids, leave everything behind. They belong to the matrix. They belong to the system. Leave all that behind and let the system take care of them, and come out here to Barbados or the tropics and live out here off of nature. And you don't have to work for them white man. And man, you know, these jokers fell for it. These jokers got drunk. They got drunk on that doctrine. And, you know, for those who, you know, having issues with getting their ribs to listen and so forth, and, you know, their brother didn't have that issue. This brother is locked up in prison for life, and these sisters are still out here promoting his doctrine.
In this system, child support, they put you on child support, and credibility in this system more than a black man. You are a white supremacist. Yeah. You are Negropean. And you don't even know that. You are ignorant. Your mind is ignorant. Your understanding is ignorant. You are walking through the mind of white supremacy. So you are a bot, MK Ultra ass bot. Yeah. So when you try to get woken up, it's like an automatic, like European wake up and you like, oh, go get it, master, there they are. They teaching truth, master, look at them, master God.
Let me tell you what they do, bro.
All this shit.
When the police came into
it
the
was
lobby,
one white police officer.
let me tell you, the police. I'm gonna tell you exactly the setup. Right? Because the police officer, the white one, came in first. He the one who commanded, so according to their authority, he came up to us first, very aggressively, standing there like, I told you who you came to see here, you can't go and you gotta leave, and I'm gonna give you 10 minutes or you going to jail, right? And he walked off. The black people stepped up. Ugh. Because defend him, they defend this system to the death. I want to tell the fields. On one side, I see a mansion, and on the other side, I saw the project where they keep the slaves. We drive up into the Macon State Prison. All I see is barbed wire, bruh. I started to cry, bruh.
Yeah. You at a state prison, you gonna see barbed wire. And you may see, cause they may have them picking cotton, man. You know, it's still prisons that had them jokers out there picking cotton. You know, that's, if you read that book, what's that book? 13th Amendment by Michelle Alexander. And they've read it. They know. I don't, but
I started to cry. Who
he still got a lock on him. That's the crazy part, is that he still has this control over them, even from prison. And I seen that also with that cult leader from the Mennonites, that kind of Mormonish, Amish kind of community. Their leader is in jail for life for some pedophilia type stuff, and he still controls them. He still controls a lot of their properties, and they like Pastor Douse. They like straight weight on steroids. Like they not out there building no little, stuff you build with your. They out there building multi-million-dollar houses, and then some of the houses they don't even let the contractors finish. These folks, hundreds of millions of dollars out there in the desert building all kinds of mansions, man. And totally off the grid. I don't think they let their kids use phones or none of that stuff, man. They only. It's a formula to controlling people. It's a formula, and if you are one that wants to control people, you follow the formula, and it's gonna work. It always worked, and it will always continue to work. On those unsuspected victims.
Barbed wire
shit to
everywhere.
nobody.
I said, oh my God. Oh my God.
Why did they lynch
Oh my
you?
God. They wouldn't tell
Why
us
did they slap you?
nothing, bruh.
And they made us leave.
You know how that feels.
Why did they slap you?
I know a lot of people are
standing strong.
going through this, but we don't take the time to unite. We don't take the time because of fear. We are
like sisters to me got demons on them, man. Sisters got some. I don't. They got some spirits on them, man. It's something else going on. It's something else going on, man. And these sisters, man, keep these sisters in prayer. Pray for their families. Thinking about the grief, the grieving that is causing their families.
in fear. That's the same reason a police officer can come up to you and knock you on the damn ground.
And that's okay.
And these is the bystanders. They pull out their phone. They don't do nothing because they scared. When you have a lot of violence,
that came laid on top of our matrix nature that was all
right, y'all. That was it. Yeah, man. Pray they can get unplugged from this thing. It's gonna, man. They mess around, may have to go to a mental institute, man. Sometimes people get so indoctrinated, so plugged into somebody else's system or the wrong system that it may take a mental facility to unplug them, man. A lot of counseling, but these sisters are, they free. They roaming around Georgia. It's just, I guess nobody cares enough. But at the same time, this brother still has a good following that's supporting these sisters to the point where they probably still not working. They probably just living off the supporters of that individual, man. So I don't know if he got stabbed. If he got stabbed, that's unfortunate. But these things happen when you have them kind of things that's over you, and this is why you need to stay out of jail, man. You need to stay away from getting involved in these kind of activities that'll end up where somebody is labeling you a cult leader, or and like I say, I don't know if I think because of who he was that he got the time that he got. I don't think what he was found guilty for, a lot of times it issues or it warrants that kind of sentence. But I think because he was who he was, and how many people he actually affected, and you know, how they unraveled that case, and all of these people, really all of these sisters to a degree, were SA'd pretty much because they were in situations where they really couldn't, you know, where the courts, or these, what do they call these people, man? These psychologists and, you know, therapists. They specialize in cult behavior, and they'll say, well, these people didn't have a choice. You know, they didn't have a choice. They had to do certain things, even though they said, yeah, you know, I'll do it. But it wasn't that they had it was still a forced situation. And so you have things like that lines get blurred. And really, that's why you need to stay away from these kind of situations, man, because what you think may be right, and you may have footage of, you know, people saying that, yeah, this is, yeah, I'm willing to do this, etc., etc. I don't want to go nowhere, but that doesn't necessarily mean that when that therapist comes in there and say, well, nah, this is really, they did really want to leave. And sometimes it is like that. You know, I think most times it is like that, that people just get stuck. You know, it's people that are in some of these organizations, that are stuck. They're stuck. They can't get out. And they're, you know, they're in situations where they're saying yes to certain things, but they don't want to do those things, but they have no choice because they, you know, they're in that situation. They've totally submitted to that situation. So I yield with that, man. Pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed. We'll see y'all on the next one.